This is our 104 SAM presentation. I'm Neelam, this is Melissa, Cicely and Francesca. This presentation is about how we can make 104 SAM more interactive by using technology. For example, like having apps to learn from or having quizzes that teachers have created.
Okay, so I looked into using the voting system in order to make our classes more interactive. We have used this once during our class. It was for one of our 1-1 SAM classes in order to revise for our phase test. So our teacher then used it with the questions on the board, and us as students had to log on to a website on our smartphones, and then we were able to answer the questions. I thought this was a great way of us learning because it made it more interactive and it made us more engaged in the work that we were doing. And it could do more so if we're actually learning that information at the time, because you feel more engaged and you're more alert and trying to learn, so you're able to answer the questions later on. And it's good for lecturers as they're able to then know if we're sort of understanding the information and whether or not they need to go over anything again. Okay, so we did think about why the lecturers and teachers within the university aren't using this at the moment, and it's probably because it's quite a lengthy process. So at the moment it's quite a lot of effort to get on your phone, go on the website, then log in order to get onto the Socrative app as such. And that's probably why they're not using it. So what we thought was maybe the university could invest into Socrative and maybe download some form of app within the app that the university already has, so it would just be one click and then you're good to go.
The first way we looked at is using tablets within the 104 seminars. These are a new innovative way of learning. The tutors can specifically design the tablets in terms of the time we're allowed on it and the software which is within it. So for instance, if a tutor is teaching us about referencing, we can do it in a more innovative way and a more engaging and hands-on approach. For instance, if you look at the PowerPoint at the moment, we can see the movement. This reduces the nervousness and the stress that the students will feel when they're revising for exams or phase tests, because sometimes on paper when you go wrong, you feel like it's the end of the world, where on an iPad or a technological item, if you go wrong, you just refresh it again and then you do it again and hopefully you get it right. Yeah.
So I looked into interactive whiteboards and how they might encourage students to achieve a better or enhance their learning outcome. Well, interactive whiteboards encourage students to work in teams, and which is a more effective way of learning. They interact with each other and gain more confidence while speaking to people, like within class or outside class. And it also allows the teacher to provide more dynamic lessons in the seminar group. Like, you know, it allows the teacher to interact with students and get to know every student within the classroom. You can do this with like interactive whiteboards could be used like to do activities such as the circular flow of income, if not just for 104 SAM but for other modules like economics. Teachers can use to do this drag and drop, like by calling out students from the classroom and getting them onto the board to do such activities.
Hopefully by using technology via classrooms, this would influence students to use technology outside the classroom. For example, if teachers created quizzes, tests, or maybe like an app or some games, learning games, in order for them to have an effective way of learning, besides having essays or task sheets to do by written. Maybe students might find it more fun and more effective by using technology or online ways of learning. This may help them develop their learning and also have a funner way of learning.
Okay, so we're going to look into using the different forms of resources that were available in the university in order to sort of show you an example of what could be done. This is actually proving more difficult than we first thought, because the resources we were looking for are limited to the actual course that you're on. So unfortunately we haven't been able to do what we had intended to do, but hopefully we will be able to do that sort of thing in future. Any questions?